It gives me great pleasure to interact with all of you today on a very crucial theme in academic growth, that is key terminology and concepts in research publications. As emerging researchers and scholars, one of the first challenges you encounter in navigating the language of research itself. Terms like impact factor, citation index, H-index, plagiarism, peer review, and open access are more than just jargon. They form the very foundation of academic publishing. A clear understanding of these concepts not only strengthens your ability to write and publish effectively, but also helps you critically evaluate the work of others, align with ethical standards, and make informed decisions about where and how to publish your research. In today's session, we will explore these terminologies in depth, clarify their significance, and discuss how much enhance your journey as researchers. By the end of this lecture, you should feel more confident in engaging with the world of scholarly communication. So let's begin this exploration of the essential language of research publications. This is the outline of my talk. First, why this topic is important, I will discuss. Then I will discuss about the indexing, then citation, then impact factor, then major academic publishing companies. Then we will know about quartile of a journal. Then we will discuss about predatory journals, index changes, and journal citation report timing. Then we will understand about journal retractions. Then we will also discuss about top 2% scientists, and this all will form the first part of my presentation. The second part will contain introduction to research writing. In this, we will discuss about the literature review and what is the citation and why it is important. Then we will discuss about the abstract. Research publishing is not just about writing papers. Publishing in academia extends far beyond the act of writing and submitting a manuscript. Research publishing is an integrated process which involves journal selection, understanding publication ethics, navigating peer review, ensuring visibility of the work, and measuring its impact. As a good researcher, you need to understand the ecosystem of research publishing and not just the content creation. If you know all these terms, then definitely it helps you in many ways. First, you can alternatives of your discipline. Terms like impact factor, Scopus indexed, Q1 journal, peer reviewed, open access, and predatory journal are critical in this sense. Knowing all these terms will help you. You can avoid low quality or unethical publishers by selecting a good journal for your purpose. You can choose journals that are well respected in your discipline. You can align your work with journals that match your methodology, scope, and audience. For example, if you understand what Q1 journal or H-index, it means you can target high-ranking journals for better recognition. It also helps in improving your academic visibility. Terms like digital object identifier, ORCID ID, preprint will help you making your paper discoverable through search engines and academic databases. It will link your identity consistently across publications while your name is changes in some of the publications. It also increases the chances of your work being cited, shared, and discussed. For example, if you are registering for an ORCID ID, then it ensures that all your publications are correctly attributed to you, even if your name varies. This is my ORCID ID. I have taken a screenshot and mentioned here. You can see. Third, you can understand your impact and the impact of other researchers. Impact is no longer measured only by publication count. In earlier days, it was measured in terms of number of publications that anyone has done. Now you need to understand other terms like L matrix, H-index, I-10 index, and general impact factor. Knowing all these terms will help you to monitor the academic influence of your work, how your work is affecting the academic, and can showcase your research impact for job applications, funding proposals, and collaborations. And accordingly, you can plan your research dissemination strategies. For example, this is a screenshot from Google Scholar where the citations, H-index, and I-10 index for a particular author is mentioned. Nowadays, a very important metric, that is L matrix. L matrix track attention, what your research is getting on social media, news, and policy documents. Here you can see this is the L matrix. It's particular for this particular article, research paper. You can see the L matrix here. Now the next terminology is indexing. What is indexing? Indexing is basically inclusion of a journal in a recognized database. Indexing refers to the process by which a journal is included in a recognized bibliographic database. For example, I have mentioned one screenshot that is about the journal of indexing in a particular database. This journal is abstracted and indexed in various databases. When a journal is indexed, it means that its content is regularly scanned and cataloged by a database, making its articles searchable and citable by the global research community. You can say this indexing serves as a quality filter. Quality filter means Most databases evaluate journals based on strict editorial and ethical standards before inclusion. And if any article is published in an indexed journal, then it is very good. Now we will see why this indexing is important. It indicates credibility, means indexed journals are typically peer reviewed, follow ethical publication practices, and meet international standards. So inclusion is in prestigious databases signifies that the journal is trustworthy and reliable. So whenever you go for choosing any journal for your publication, journal conference, then you should verify all these things, that particular journal is indexed or not. It also enhances discoverability, means if you have published in a particular journal and that journal is indexed, then your findings will appear in search results. It will be accessed and cited by other researchers, and it will be used for literature reviews and meta-analysis. In this way, this indexing increases your academic visibility and thus it amplifies the impact of your research work. There are various renowned academic indexes. You have already come across these indexing terminologies, I think. That is SCI, Science Citation Index, and the domain area is Pure and Applied Sciences. Second index is SCIE, which is Science Citation Index Expanded, which covers broader science and technology. SSCI, which is for social sciences domain area. ESCI is for Emerging Sources Citation Index. This is for emerging regional science. Scopus is for multidisciplinary. One important indexing is DOAJ, which is Directory of Open Access Journals. This supports all discipline publications. Here I have mentioned this screenshot from this IEEE Journal of Biomedical and Health Informatics. You can see here impact factor for this journal is 6.8. We will see what is this impact factor. Next slides. You can see here about journal. Whenever you want to know about this journal, you click on this and then indexing and all will appear in front of you. Now, as we have already familiar about various indexing, now the question is how to select and which is the best indexing. The best indexing depends on your discipline, upon your goals and context. However, the most prestigious and widely recognized indexing databases are Web of Science, Scopus, PubMed, DOAJ, and Google Scholar. Here I have summarized again. Web of Science, it is used for official metrics and global ranking. Scopus, it is trusted by most universities and research bodies. PubMed, it is based for medicine and life sciences, and it is considered based for government-backed and high-quality curation. DOAJ, it is for open access ethics. It promotes transparent and accessible publishing. Google Scholar, it is good for early career visibility. The next terminology, most important terminology, is citation. A citation occurs when a researcher includes a reference to your published work in their own research work, book or article. Means you've already published some research paper, and if other researcher is referring your research, then definitely it's a very good thing. The purpose of this citation is to acknowledge the original source of ideas or findings. Whenever you are starting your research and you are using ideas as a source of ideas in a research paper, then you should cite that. It shows how your research has contributed to the development of knowledge in the field, and it also enables readers to trace the origin of data, theories, or methodologies. Means you are not just saying any particular statement, but you are providing the evidence, providing the supports for that. I have mentioned this screenshot from Google Scholar. You can see here, this is the particular manuscript. The title is this one. These are the author's name. Here you can see the site, cited by tab. Whenever you want to cite paper of this researcher, this particular paper, then you can click on this. This screen will appear in front of you. You will find citations in various format, that is MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard. There are various way of writing the citation. We will discuss about this in detail in next slides. The next important measure is citation count. Citation count is the number of times your work has been cited by others in their publications. Citation counts are often monitored by databases like Scopus, Google Scholar, and Web of Science. How many number of times your work has been cited by others. Some other derived metrics are there, that is H-index and I10 index. H-index is when a researcher has index H, if H of their papers have been cited at least H times. And another metric is I10 index, means number of publication at least 10 citations. You can see here, this is a researcher, Anodhay Raj Mishra. I have taken his Google Scholar profile, and you can see here the citations. His H-index is 62. It means his 62 papers, research papers, have been cited by at least 62 times. And I10 index is 154. It means his 154 research papers have been cited by at least 10 times. You can see here. The number of publications with at least 10 citations, it decides the I10 index, and H index means H of their papers having H times. In this way, this has been decided, and this you can see this is a very good researcher because his H index and I10 index is very high. Now the question is why it matters, why this H index and I10 index or citation index. It reflects academic influence, means a higher citation count generally indicates that your work is widely read, used, and considered valuable by peers. Definitely. Research evaluation, it is also used by universities, funding agencies, and ranking bodies to assess research impact. What is your research impact? It is decided by your number of citations, your H count, H index, and I10 index. It also helps in career advancement. It plays a role in promotions, grant approvals, and tenure decisions. Now, the next important terminology is impact factor. The impact factor is measured that reflects the average number of citations to articles published in a specific journal over a defined period, which is usually 2 years. Impact factor of a journal is usually commonly used to evaluate the relative importance or influence of a journal within its field. The formula which is used for calculation of this impact factor is impact factor for a particular year X will be equal to citations in year X to articles published in year X minus 1, 2 previous years, X minus 1 and X minus 2, and total number of citable articles published in 2 previous years. For example, if a journal A has 500 citations in 2024 to articles published in 2022 and 2023, and 100 articles published in those years, then impact factor for this particular year 2024 will be 500 divided by 100, which is 5. Now, how these impact factors are derived? What are the source of impact factors? The most recognized source of impact factor is journal citation reports from Clarivate Analytics, and it matters because it decides the journal prestige. Higher impact factors suggest the journal is widely read and cited. If you are going to publish, can approach higher impact factor journals. It also ensures author visibility. Publishing in high impact factor journals increases the reach of your work because these are the journals in which articles are widely read and cited. Universities often use impact factors when assessing faculty performance and departmental rankings. So it's very good if you do that level of research and publish your research work in high impact factor journals. But there are some limitations and criticisms of this impact factor because there's field variations. Definitely the articles which are from medicine discipline will be cited more, will be read by most of the people. So impact factor vary widely across disciplines. While in humanities journals, there is low impact factors. There is also citation gaming. Citation gaming means some journals may manipulate citations to inflate impact factor. It is also a short-term focus because it only considers citations in 2-year window, overlooking long-term impact. It is also journal performance, not individual paper quality. So these are the limitations of this impact factor. Some related metrics are 5-year impact factor, which is accounts for citations over 5 years. Another metric is eigenfactor score. It considers the origin of citations. And next metric is SCI Mago journal rank, that is SJR. It is weighted by the prestige of the citing journals and was developed using Elsevier Scopus database citation data.